Hey there guys, so our new anime starts with Rein Shroud. He was in the hero's party, but they kicked him out. Rein had the power to tame any beast. So he used this power to support the hero's party in their travel, but the hero and his party saw Rein as a deadweight. Because Rein can't do anything against an enemy and they had to risk their lives for him every time, and that is why they kicked him. Ario tells Rein to leave his gear and buzz off. And while Rein was leaving, they kept laughing at him for being so useless. Rein did everything his party asked of him and endured all the insults on his journey. And Rein realized they never cared about him in the first place. There, a few kids gets to him and asks him to show his skills, to make them happy. Rein tamed a moving eagle and the kids get sold out. Those kids really admired Rein more than Hero, because the hero was a moron who never respected anyone other than nobles and rich people. But Rein was different than them, and that's the reason those kids want to be an adventurer, to travel the world just like Rein. Rein thought this might be a new start for him, so he goes to the Adventurers Guild to sign up. Nadalia explains the ropes of beginning an adventure, and to become one Rein has to pass a little test. Rein tells Nadalia that he's Beast Tamer and she gets worried for him. Tamers usually don't have any major combat skills, so it was a common reaction, but Rein continues with the test. He defeats a few of the goblins, but he heard a girl scream from the forest. Rein quickly rushed in to save that girl, but his attacks were useless against a D-rank monster. So he asked the girl to run out while he draws its attention, but that girl drop kicks the tiger and defeats it without any problems. Her name was Kanade and she was one of the ultimate species. A cat spirit, but she was worn out because she was hungry. Rein shared his supplies with her. And Rein got surprised to see her out in this area because cat spirits tend to live secluded in the forest. So Kanade tells Rein that she wanted to see the outside world, so she sneaked out of the village for an adventure. So knowing her story, Rein tells her his side of the story. Rein somehow told her everything and she got angry on Hero for kicking Rein out abruptly like this. So Kanade thinks Rein is a powerful tamer because she got a fuzzy feeling of his taming powers. So she gives him the idea to tame her with those powers. Rein is unsure of this but still gives it a try, and surprisingly he tamed an ultimate species and a mark appears of their bond. After that, he showed Kanade that he could tame many bunny at the same time. Kanade realized this is impossible for a normal tamer, but Rein had no idea of it. Anyways, those bunny gathered herb for Rein for his test, and Rein submitted it to Nadalia. Rein now passes the adventurer's trial, and Nadalia gives him his adventurer's card, but a goon starts to drowl over seeing Kanade. She was a cat spirit, a rare kind. So he laughed off that Rein was making up that he tamed her, so he challenged Rein for arm wrestling and bets Kanade in it. Rein knew walking away from here won't do them any good. So he accepted his challenge and beat him up at his own game. Even Rein was surprised by the sudden burst of power he received. So Kanade informs him that he became powerful because he bonded with her, and that bond with a cat spirit amplified his power. Rein never knew this effects of the bonds, but then Kanade thought of having some coolest adventures with Rein, but they were stuck with herb gathering job because Rein was AF rank, and he could only taking on bomb jobs like this. But their Kanade heard someone scream, so when they followed the voice, they saw bandits threatening an old merchant. Kanade had heard about this bandits group called Oven Fangs. They got a nasty reputation for being merciless, but even so Rein and Kanade jumps in to save the old man. Kanade gets to old man's aid, and Rein was besting up all the goons on his own. Seeing him beating all of them, she was starting to develop feelings for our guy, and before she knew it, Rein beats up the goons. As for the old man, Rein asked him about the adventurers he hired, and old man told him that they ran away the moment they saw the bandits, but aside from them, old man advised Rein to run far away because the Oven Fangs will come after him once they hear their men got kicked out by him, so Rein decided to capture them instead. He found their base thanks to his tamed beasts, and there he asked Kanade to call out knights while he keeps the bandits busy. Rein tamed a bee which could immobilize anyone with its stings. But Kanade noticed these bees were insects, not the beast, so Rein tells her that he learned even insects taming back in his village. Which shocked Kanade because a beast tamer can't break out of his category and learn other taming skills, but anyways. Kanade was off to call out knights and Rein had gotten almost the entire group of bandits. Their Kanade called out a few of the adventurers to help Rein out. But knights didn't even bother to get here, they got all the bandits captured, but monster lizards came out which were captured by those bandits. Even so Kanade and Rein took care of them on their own. So, after finishing that job, Rein booked a room at an inn, but the lady misunderstood their relationship and forced them to stay in a single room. Rein was super embarrassed, so he thought to sleep outside, but Kanade asked him to stay because she believes Rein will not lay a hand on her. She trusts Rein blindly because she knew Rein was a kind person, so Rein listened to her word and went to sleep. Kanade remembers how other humans approached her only to use her. But Rein was different from the others, that she knew she put her trust in him. Then the next day, they heard from Nadalia that a watchdog was blocking the bridge off and beats up anyone who tried to pass through it. It was causing a problem, so Kanade and Rein thought to check it out. But there they saw a huge dragon came out. It changed into its human form. Her name was Tanya, and she challenged both of them if they wanted to pass the bridge. She was using this bridge for her training because when a dragonoid turns 15, he or she travels the world to become powerful, so it was obvious they had to defeat her to get her out of here. But her powers were on par with both Kanade and Rein combined, so Rein asked Kanade to keep her busy and Rein used his skill to tame a new bird. He asked it to bring out other of his kind and told them to attack Tanya. Tanya thought those birds couldn't hurt her, but the bird had the power to paralyze even the most powerful species. And the poison was working on her, so Tanya gave up and accepted her defeat. She thought Rein would sell her out. But Rein makes it clear that he just wants to convince her not to do something like this. Rein asked her to tag along and Tanya agreed to his request. Then Rein tells Nadalia that he took care of the watchdog so it won't bother anyone anymore. He kept it hidden from everyone that Tanya was a dragon and she was the watchdog who bothered everyone. Tanya realized that training alone all this time wasn't doing her much good, so she wanted to join Rein and Kanade. Rein didn't mind having her in the party and made a contract with Tanya as well. But having another girl calls for the catfight, but Rein calls it a day and falls asleep, and from another day, they goes back to work and Rein took on the slime killing job. Kanade dislikes the slime because it makes her all dirty when she pops it up, but there was no sign of slimes. So Rein thought of using one of his skills to find slimes. He copied his consciousness to the bird, and no beast tamer can do something like this, but Rein was something else. He found out the slime area, but Tanya had an idea for Rein and his magic skills. She told Rein to use magic to kill the slimes, and Rein remembered he could pull out a fireball. So he gave it a try and made a huge blast. They all saw that Rein's magic got powerful after forming a contract with Tanya. Dragons are naturally gifted with magic. So Rein got a boost from his contract with Tanya. They did a good job on their slime hunt, and Rein learned magic from Tanya along the way, so to celebrate, they went to a restaurant for a party, but both girls wanted to know Rein's backstory. They didn't know anything about Rein, so Rein tells them that he was from a village full of beast tamers, but when he was practicing alone in the woods, he saw a huge blazing fire. He rushed to his village, but everyone had died, including his parents. Then some adventurers found him and asked an innkeeper friend of theirs to take care of him. Rein had to earn his living from an early age, so when Arios and his party asked him to join them, Rein decided to join their party without a second thought. But sadly he realized Arios was only using him for his own endgame, but that was in the past. Right now, Kanade and Tanya were happy to be his familiars, so when the touching moment ended, they took the orc hunting job. But Tanya got a bit too overconfident and Rein had to step in to save her. It injured him, but Rein wasn't angry at her. Rein cashed in his loot at the guild, but Tanya was nowhere when Rein came out. She was depressed and blamed herself that Rein got hurt because of her overconfidence. Rein found her at the bridge, and there she apologized to Rein for her mistake. But Rein showed that he wasn't upset in the least, and that was the moment Tanya fell in love with Rein so hard that she didn't even realize it. But after a few days of peace, they ran into Arios and his party. So, what's the deal with Arios coming out to Rein again? Find out in the next video, but in the meantime, subscribe to the channel for more anime recaps, and take care.